Yusuf, how are you?
Hey, Jhana, how are you?
I'm excellent today. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Excellent. Where are you? Where are you based?
I'm in Ottawa.
Oh, okay. We
Well,
were all just talking
Canadian.
about how cold it is where everyone is right now. How is it for you?
Yeah, I think we hit minus 28 Celsius
There
today.
it is. There it is.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I expect this around like what? End of January, beginning of February. That's kind of when we get that
That's the time.
level of cold. Yeah, happens every year, so
Yeah.
it doesn't bother
Yeah.
me so much. I'm actually might
Except
go out
I'm,
for a
I'm on the
run.
east coast of Canada. I'm
Oh yeah.
in New Brunswick. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
So
you
I feel
probably
you.
get it pretty cold too. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Dude, well, I appreciate you like bundling up and hopping on this call.
No worries. Weather doesn't bother me. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad
Just weak people,
clothing.
right?
Just yeah, just bad gear. As long as your gear is good, there's no such thing as weather.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Nice. Good to see you. Yusuf, remind me, we connected by the Ops Spot originally. Is that correct?
That's right.
Dude, cool. Nice. Well, it's great to have you with us. We're going to go ahead and jump into this. People will be joining us or not as we move through the call, but I want to make sure that we respect your time and thank you for hopping on and we'll just dive into it. Okay,
Awesome.
perfect. Yeah, you can hear us. Great. And guys, I love cameras on. Thank you everybody for showing up. Thank you for having your cameras on. I'm really excited about this. So let me go ahead and get this going and see if you guys can all, everybody see that? Cool. Okay, amazing. Very excited here, guys. Because we have been sending out this exact tool. It has been changing the lives of our clients for a long time. But this is our first time really offering it to a wider audience. And this is my first time walking through a live training of it. And so I'm really excited. And Yusuf, thank you for being my guinea pig. And by all means, if it's a small group of us today, I want to keep it conversational. Unmute yourself, ask questions, drop them in the chat. I always value the people who take the time to show up live and get the value live. And I want to maximize and honor that. And the best way I'm able to do that is by personalizing this information to the people who are on this call and making this as applicable and as value add as possible. So don't hold back. And with that, the goal of this, the goal I think for all of us as business owners and for business leaders is to save time. We all know that there are things that we could be doing with our time that would be more valuable, more leverage, more scaled, more if I had unlimited time in the world, I have an unlimited to-do list of things that I would do with it. So why am I not doing those things right now? Simply because I'm busy. I'm busy doing all of this low value stuff that is clogging up my day and my email inbox and my team. And I am constantly, perpetually reactive to the things that somehow just crop up and eat away all the hours of my day every day. And so the CEO Freedom Finder system, very basically, is a system that allows us to combat the natural scope creep and time creep that comes for all of us and helps us measure and stay accountable to the highest value use of our time. And I'm very excited to walk everybody through that today. So, really quick, just for the group, just so I know what we're working with here. If you could go ahead and drop in the chat for me, how many hours would you say you are spending working in your business on average every week? Go ahead and drop that in the chat for me, guys. 50 hours, Yusuf? And does that feel like average every week around 50 hours?
For now, it does. Yeah.
Okay, love it. How many, let me ask you a follow-up question. How many hours would you like to be working in your business every week?
In the business or on the business?
Let's just do both for now. How many hours are you spending committing to the business right now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd like to stay under 40 if possible.
Okay, under 40. Ryan said 6, and I was like, okay, we have a freaking master in the house. And then he said 60. So there we go. Galen says somewhere between 3 to 5 hours. Oh my God, 5 to 10 hours, or 20 to 30 hours. Galen, what does that mean? How many hours?
Depends on the business. So business one is like 3 to 5.
Oh, I
Business
see,
two
I
is
see.
5 to 10. Business 3 is 20 to 30.
Okay, so Galen is spread pretty thin right now. Perfect. So guys, what's brilliant about this, Martell is saying business one around 20 hours, business two around 30 hours. Yeah, okay, so pretty full on. So we're all working, what I'm hearing us say is between 40 to 60 hours a week. None of us would like to be working that much. And what's brilliant about the CEO Freedom Finder exercise is that it literally adds value and it works at every single stage of growth. If you are a solopreneur with no team just starting your business, or you are running a $10 million 50-person team, the CEO Freedom Finder works exactly the same when it comes to identifying where you should no longer be spending your time and what you should be spending more hours on. Final question I have for you guys, and if you're feeling brave, you can drop this in the chat, but I just want you to sit with it internally, which is, when is the last time that you genuinely took a full weekend away from your business? And by away, I mean you didn't check Slack, you didn't check email, you didn't open your computer, you just fully shut it off and you enjoyed and were present in whatever else you were doing that weekend. Martel is just shaking his head. Just a hard no, never. 2017. Okay, cool. As a person who perpetually takes weekends off into the mountains, into the desert where there is no cell service and I have no option about logging on or not, I can tell you last weekend, shout out to you, Galen, I can tell you how absolutely incredible it is, not just from a personal perspective, but what it means about your business is that your business fundamentally is able to run and survive for 2 days without you checking in. And that is important. It's important for your business to have that level of self-sufficiency so that it could run without you if you were unavailable. And that is what we are here to create today. So thank you guys. Appreciate the honesty. Let's dive into this. So I think when we all started our business, we had a vision, we had a dream for ourselves. And the dream went something like, I want to run a wildly successful 7 or 8 figure business from anywhere in the world, working like 5 to 10 hours a week from my laptop on a beach, living my best life, spending my time with my friends and family, and my business is just going to grow and run itself, right? Like we all had that vision for ourselves, and that's what we were committed to, and that's what we were going to build. And then it's, a year later, 3 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, and our reality is what we all just shared. It's 50, 60 hours spent every single week in our business. It's constant notifications and endless meetings that butt into even our weekends and the free time that we theoretically have carved out. It is the team fires and the client fires and the constant reactivity, and somehow there just always seems more to do. And so what happened, because it's not a lack of commitment, it's not a lack of intelligence, it's not a lack of capability that creates this discrepancy between the dream that we wanted and the reality that we find ourselves in. I don't think it's any of that. I'm going to get into today what I do think it is, which is something I call the CEO time fallacy. But before we get there, I promise, because every single person here is committing time to be here today. We all just determined that we do not have enough time. And so I want to honor and say thank you for the people who showed up and gave their time to this. My promise in exchange of that time is that this week, walking out of this exercise, you should be saving between 3 to 5 hours a week, effective immediately upon applying this exercise. And those 3 to 5 hours, you get those back this week and next week and every week forever. If you were to really take this exercise and you were to fully commit to it and you were to run it with regularity and you were to build and take action based off of it, where we work with our clients and where we see them saving their time is in the 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, sometimes even 30 hours a week. But it is the same exercise that I'm going to show and run with you guys today. So 3 to 5 hours is the baby promise. 10 to 20 hours is what's possible if you commit to this and if you take action off of this. Is that fair? Is that a fair promise to make? Is that worth the next 60 minutes of your guys' time? Okay, amazing. Ryan says yes. Galen says yes. Yusuf says yes. Thank you, guys. Cool. So let's dive into this. For people who haven't met me, I think I've chatted with everybody on this call, but my name is Jhana Li, and my background is as a COO operator. I was the operator for 2 successful high-growth startups back in the day. I became an operations coach, and I've since had the pleasure of coaching probably 500 plus different startup businesses over the last 6 and 7 years. I have been an operations speaker for many big names in this space. And ultimately, my business, Spyglass Ops, this is what we do. We transform the lives of founders through operations. And we've had the pleasure of working with over 200 different businesses and business owners to help them transform and scale their company through operations. At the end of the day, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to transform the lives and the visions of the most impactful leaders out there. So that's me. So if we rewind my story a little bit, and I actually haven't shared this with many people on this call. I got my start in operations while I was living full-time in a van I was traveling with a boyfriend at the time. He was the CEO and I was the COO of his digital marketing agency. So I was leading this company. I was working at it every single day. And when I originally agreed to move into the van with this guy, we had this vision, right? Our vision is that we were going to be in the van. We were going to be traveling all over the place. We were both paragliders at the time. So I was going to be paragliding on the beach at sunset, like all the time. My life was going to be a breeze. And why not? If you're going to go through the investment and the time and the inconvenience of living in a van, you freaking better have this awesome travel lifestyle, and it better look like that Instagram that we've all seen, because why on earth would you otherwise do this? But the reality of what my time in the van was is that I was living and working in a living space the size of a prison cell, working on this business 8 to 10 hours a day, unable to step outside and go explore this big wide world that I'd worked so hard to get myself out into. And instead I was stuck inside in a smaller living space than I would have had otherwise, doing the same work that I would have done otherwise, totally missing the whole freaking point. And I remember this really came to a head for me when we were at a paragliding competition in Santiago, Chile. And I couldn't go paraglide and I couldn't go visit Santiago and I couldn't go check out the hot springs and I couldn't go into the mountains. I just had to sit for 5 days in a row in this tiny little living cell like space. And I just remember asking myself, like, why, literally, why the fuck am I doing this? This makes no sense, right? So I know how powerful the CEO Freedom Finder is because I had to create this for myself out of necessity, because I had backed myself so deep into a life corner that I could not enjoy the life that I'd worked so hard to create for myself, and instead was stuck, trapped in this van, in this business, unable to get out of it. And I was so fed up by that that I had to do something about it. And that is where the CEO Freedom Finder was born. And so it works, and I know it works because I did it for myself. And then we have since done it for many dozens, at this point, probably almost 100 clients, and helped use this exact system to help them get their time back. So again, what are we here to do? We are here to immediately save 3 to 5 hours of your week. In a long-term sense, if we really apply ourselves here, we're here to save 10 to 20 hours of your week over time. And I also want to make sure, and this is a really important point that we're going to be coming back to today, that we understand the ROI of why we should do this. Because it's all well and good to say, I would like more time with my family. I think we can agree that is invaluable. That is super high value and very aspirational thing to do this for. And yet as business owners, what we know is that if I can't bring it back to the dollars and cents, I won't do it. If I can't measure how this will make me more money, then realistically, I might hop on this random call, get this exercise, run it once, have a nice time, and then never look at it again. Because if I do not understand how it will make me more money, why the hell will I do it? And so we are not just here to get you back your time, but I want you to start, if I've done my job correctly today, you will start thinking about time differently and the value of your time differently, measurable down to dollars and cents. So with all of that being said, should we dive into this? This is the CEO time fallacy. This is what we all, somehow, some way, we picked up this belief in the mainstream. And the belief says, the more hours I put into my business, the bigger my business will grow. That's the belief. The belief says, I believe that there is a direct relationship that if I just put more hours in, I will get more growth out. And on the surface, that makes perfect sense. You're an incredible business leader. You are going to pour your valuable time and energy into this business. And what should happen? What should happen is that revenue should come out of the business. Yet when we actually look at the data and we measure this, what we see is that the reality is something closer to this. We think that we're this top line, and the more hours I put in, the bigger my business will grow. But what actually happens is, like, to start, yes, that's true. We're putting in hours, we're getting out growth. We're putting in hours, we're getting out growth. And then what happens? At some point, we create a business that is so dependent on us putting in hours that it will consume more and more and more hours. Every new person we hire will take more hours. Every new client we bring on will take more hours. Every bit of growth that we earn in this business will require more hours, but it doesn't require hours spent on sales and marketing and strategic partnerships and all the high value things. It's hours spent on client fires and team FAQs and managing people and answering their questions. And we can be putting unlimited hours into the business. But because it starts to get eaten up more and more with the low value work, we can actually put in as many hours as we want. And at some point, we hit a critical mass where the business will not grow any bigger, despite the more and more hours that we are putting in. And this is where we get ourselves stuck. The mindset that told us that we can be on this top line here and more hours equals more growth ends up trapping us, because we're the first person to show up and volunteer hours on the lower value stuff and the lower value activities that start to clog up the day-to-day. And so we begin to put in unbelievable kinds of hours into our business, but we don't produce growth. And then we find ourselves stuck, because now we've built a business that not just to grow, but just to run, just to maintain, is now requiring 40, 50, 60 hours a week. This is why the CEO Freedom Finder is so important. It breaks the time fallacy, and it gives us data to support how do we get off this line down here, not to bump up to this line up here, where we're still putting in 60-hour weeks, only now we're growing. It's how do we actually just break, how do we separate the relationship between time and growth so that I can grow my business, I can scale my business without a proportional increase in my time. The way we do that is leverage. And that is what the CEO Freedom Finder helps us determine. Does the CEO time fallacy, guys, does that make sense? Galen, yes. Martel, yes. Yusuf, yes. Okay, great.
Yep.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Okay, great. So what is this thing? Let's dive into it. You guys should have all gotten this emailed to you. If not, you can go to this link right here. I will drop this in the chat if anybody needs a copy of it. Give me a thumbs up in the chat, guys, once you have this pulled up on your computer, because we are literally about to just run this live, and it is going to be high audience engagement. So everybody pull it up, because you're going to feel like a fool if I call on you and you're not doing this. Cool. Thumbs ups in the chat. Martel's got it. Thumbs up, guys. Everybody have it pulled up. Galen's got it. Ryan's got it. Yusuf, you got it? Yes. I'm seeing a slight nod. Cool. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started with this then. So the first thing that we got to do, if we're taking a data-based approach to time, is that we need some data. The way that we're going to do this data is that we are just going to brain dump it. What I would like you guys to do is to each take the next 60 seconds, 1 to 2 minutes. And I want you to just brain dump, delete these out, and just brain dump all of the tasks, all of the activities, as big as you can think of, as little as you can think of, every meeting that you're on, everything that you do on the average week, your average week. I want you to just take the moment and just brain dump all of these tasks and all of these activities, 60 seconds, ready, go. Keep going, guys. Build a list. Look at your calendars. Look at your email inboxes. What I would love to do, I would like to pick on someone. Yusuf, do you mind if we use you as our live example walkthrough here?
No problem. Do you want me to share my screen?
Dude. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. Give me 2 seconds. Here you go. And share. Does that work?
See. Yes,
Can you guys see my screen?
It's loading. Yes, got it.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Let's go.
Gorgeous. So, okay, we've got QC, content shooting, creating SOPs, client meetings, sync meetings, building frameworks. Okay, cool. We're going to probably flesh out this list a little bit more, but this is a good place to start. So the next thing we're going to do here, Yusuf, is we're going to go and we're going to add in that hours per week, the rough guesstimate of the number of hours on average per week that you spend doing that activity. So QC, that's quality control?
Yes.
Okay. How many hours would you say you spend a week on quality control?
About 10.
Okay. Perfect. So pop 10 in there. Great.
Okay.
What about shooting content?
About 3 or 4.
Okay. Creating SOPs?
This is the tough one. Probably about 15.
Whoa. Okay. Interesting. Keep going. This is good. Client meetings.
Client meeting. This is creating SOPs for clients, FYI, not my own SOPs.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Great. Good to know.
Client meetings. seven meetings maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. This is clients, prospects, like I kind of just put meetings, external meetings all in one.
Sure.
Let's call that 7. Sync meetings.
Those are like internal meetings with the team?
Just with my EA, yeah.
Okay.
It's about 6 hours a week.
Okay. Framework building?
Building frameworks. I want to do it more, but it's really about 3 hours right now.
Okay.
And the rest of it is kind of like in between. That could be commuting.
Okay.
There's other
Let's put
stuff
that on there. That's good. No, so again, we're brain dumping. The more data that we can bring to bear on this, the better. So commuting, other things that I would see on like our average, and feel free, like Galen, Martel, Ryan, pop in, guys, and add items off of your list if you think that those are like universal, right? Things like email and email inbox.
I do very little email. My EA kind of takes care of it, unless it's only something that I could do.
Client communication,
on average,
Galen says.
Like email, like an hour a week tops.
Okay, perfect. Martel says like follow-ups with sales calls, Martel's.
Yeah, follow-ups for sure.
Okay. Also, do you take sales calls?
I do, but I haven't had a sales call in a little while, which is, the project that I'm working on, just for context, is so big that I would love to really spend more time on like marketing and sales.
Okay. Let's put it on there.
Delivery of the work. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do marketing and sales, and we're going to measure, and hopefully we're going to increase the number of hours that get to flow towards that by the time we're done here. How many hours would you say you're currently spending on it?
Honestly, like 1 or 2.
Okay, great. It's just data. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just data. And then we get to work with the data. This is great, guys.
What else? I don't know. If I take a look at my calendar, I will know because I live by my calendar. And
guys, as we're doing this for you, Sif, make sure you're going through adding your own hours per week into your own sheet.
That is fairly good, actually. It's actually not.
Okay.
Again, this is probably just like an average.
Yep.
And then, if there's anything else that's like not adding up to like 50, it's probably because I'm just like sitting there at my desk like this.
This is like our existential dread time. Yep, I totally hear you.
A little bit of that. Yeah. That's,
yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, we got to leave that in. Anything around, let's maybe say like client fires, ad hoc team meetings, Slack, time just spent in Slack responding to people.
Not really.
None of that. Okay,
no,
great.
Most of it, like it's very little. I have one contact with my my main client, and we sync up like once a week and then exchange a couple emails tops.
Great. So then what I want to do is I want to double click on 2 that I'm seeing on this list, QC and client SOPs. And I want to double click on these because they're big, right? 10 hours a week, 15 hours a week. Can we chunk down QC into its parts? Are there different tasks that you're doing that all go into QC? Are there different? Okay, so let's get just a little bit more granular so that instead of working with like one category of 10 hours, we're working with 5 categories that are 2 hours each. How would you chunk down QC for us?
So I'm doing quality check on editing.
Okay,
make training videos for a living. So editing on translation.
Okay, so let's add these in. Editing and translation.
Okay, so QC, editing, QC, translation. Okay. There's QC, like the final QC step, which is like taking a look at formatting and space and like that kind of thing. Okay.
So like aesthetics.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Like final brush.
Yeah.
Yep.
Final. I'm gonna just say final for.
Love it. Okay. Same thing for client SOPs. Is there a way to chunk down what goes into those 15 hours spent on client SOPs? Or is it just one big thing?
it's kind of one big thing because,
Okay.
so in this particular scenario, the client doesn't have a lot of SOPs. So I'm kind of actually doing it, I don't say like on their behalf, but I'm kind of doing it on their behalf, essentially. They're giving me a bunch of documentation. I have the experience, and I'm putting together something for them that will work in their environment. So it's,
Okay.
it's kind of a lot of thought work.
Yep.
More than anything.
That works.
But
that works.
yeah.
So if we were to take the 10 hours of QC and we were to break that down across these 3 categories, how would you break down those 10 hours?
This is probably 2. This is probably about 4, and this is probably about 4.
Okay, gorgeous. Perfect.
Yeah.
So this is what we just did, guys, is just raw data entry, raw data collections. We have something to work with. Is everybody else got their hours per week put in? Does anybody have any other questions around getting the data in? I'm seeing thumbs up. Okay, great. So this is where it gets fun. Now we get to pull into the analysis. The next column over is a column that I call EHV. EHV stands for effective hourly value. Namely, what is the potential value add in 1 hour of time spent on this task? Not all tasks are equally valuable, right? We intrinsically know this to be true. EHV is just a way of gut checking that. And I like to use the system of just like a 1 through 5 score. So 5 is the most valuable, 1 is the least valuable. If we were to go through, Yusuf, and you were to gut check how value add are each of these tasks, and we were to work our way down the list, let's talk about it. How value add would you say content shooting is?
Value as in how much I could pay somebody else or how much money it generates?
That's a way to think about it. I like to think of, so value I like, and I use it intentionally, guys, because what we could also put on here is like dinner with my kids. And that's high value. That's a 5, right? And so no, it's not just monetary value. It is value to you, value to your business, the things that you perceive to be most valuable.
Oh, okay.
So yes, we can use the metric of like how much revenue is this going to generate. That absolutely factors in, but I want to go a little bit more individualized than that.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Content shoot. How valuable? Honestly, like 2. I would rather really not be doing it myself.
Great.
Create SOPs. Probably, again, more fulfilling because you're actually solving a problem. So I'd say give it a 3 at max.
Okay.
External client, I'll just say like external meetings. That's probably more.
Yeah.
I would say that is a 4.
Okay.
3. It's a 3. Okay. Sync meetings. I would say also a 3, simply because they're getting kind of repetitive now, and I could probably cut that down a little bit. Building frameworks, love it. It's actually very valuable for me because that's my jam. Commuting, 1. Email, 2. Follow-ups, probably 2 as well. Don't like to follow up. That my EA should really be doing this.
Yeah.
Marketing, 5. Editing, hate doing it. Not gonna lie.
Okay, great.
I gotta do it, but I hate doing it.
Gotta do it, but hate doing it. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
There's other stuff like, now that you mentioned like personal, I mean, there's so many other things that I can put on this.
Sure.
But let's just keep it simple for now.
We'll keep it simple for now. We can always add things to this list. Guys, as I just went through that process with Yusuf like took it and ran with it. Does anybody have any questions about things on their list and how they would rank that 1 through 5? Or is this like making sense? EHV, that concept. Yeah, Galen. Nope, Galen's good.
Sorry, just learning Zoom for the first time here. With the personal stuff, like if we feel comfortable kind of focusing more on the business things, should we focus on that first? Like, is it more of, it's kind of more about our exercise and how this works for us in terms of freeing up our time, correct?
Correct. And I think what you guys could do, if like we'll keep it to the business frame because we all kind of speak that language, we all understand that framework. I do this in my personal life, right? Not all personal tasks are equally valuable. Spending time with my friends and family is more valuable than washing the dishes. right? So you can actually apply this same framework into your personal life. It's just a way of thinking about time differently.
Got it.
But great question, Galen.
So like creating that perspective
Right.
around
Yes.
what I do with all of my different tasks.
100%. 100%. But yes, 100%. If you guys are running this, or if somebody's watching the replay right now and you're running it, you can absolutely pour your personal tasks into this list. It's hard to balance like what's more valuable, like doing the dishes or this task over here for the business. Those two don't necessarily equate one to one. So generally we can do this as two different exercises, personal and then professional.
Perfect. Thank you.
Love it. Yeah, no, great question. Okay, perfect. Anything else on EHV, guys? Does that core concept make sense? Okay. Ryan, you good?
Yeah, well, I was just going to ask, like, so let's say there's things that need to be done for the business that are high level stuff that's going to really drive things forward, but let's say you hate doing it. This is more of a hypothetical. How are you looking at something like that?
That's brilliant. Yusuf, can you go ahead and pull back up what you just had open? Because this is exactly
because I was
question. Yes.
Sounds good. There you go.
Guys, this is the zone of genius quadrant, and I'm going to really quickly walk through this. What you just said is brilliant, Ryan. It drives a lot of value to the business, but I personally hate doing it. How do I think about this? This is why EHV is a personal, it's an individual scale, because each of us have a different zone of genius. So the zone of genius quadrant, on the lower right-hand corner, we have the zone of incompetence. The zone of incompetence is the things that you are bad at and you hate doing them. No matter how value add those things are, if they are in your zone of incompetence, they are by definition low EHV for you because you hate doing them. They drain all your energy. They suck the life out of you and you are bad at it. So the result to the business, even if it's a valuable thing, the result to the business is not that valuable because the output is bad, right? So zone of incompetence is our lowest EHV tasks by design. Then we get into our zone of competence. These are the things that we are competent at, like we're fine at them, but we hate doing them. I think there's many things on this list, Yusuf, that you said are in your zone of competence, right? Slightly higher EHV, especially if they're high value add tasks, but still they're lower than relative to your zone of excellence, which are the things that you've gotten really good at. You're actually excellent at them and you enjoy doing them. They're energy ROI positive. But the best things for us to be spending our time on are zone of genius, right? Even if it's not that value add, the thing that you are the best at, that you love doing, is where you will add the highest leverage value into your business always, because you are uniquely great at them. You will produce a uniquely excellent result in that area of your business by doing the things that fall in your zone of genius, right? So what's important about this is, like, Galen, I'll pick on you for a moment because I know you're excellent at sales. Sales is zone of excellence, zone of genius work for you. I am competent at best at sales. So Ryan, to answer your question, even though sales, we can all objectively agree, is high value add to our business, sales for me is going to be lower on my EHV scale than it will be for somebody like Galen. If Galen's running his own business, he should be holding on to sales longer, more, because it's high EHV for him because he loves it, it lights him up, and he's really good at it, so he makes a shit ton of money for his business. For me, I'm just okay at it. So it's actually maybe a 3 on my EHV scale, because even though I can make money doing it, I make less money than I would make if I was to spend it somewhere else, like in my zone of genius, like operations coaching. And I won't enjoy it as much, meaning I am deriving less value from it in my life. Does that answer your question, Ryan?
It does. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So we use the zone of genius to personalize this, to individualize this to us, right? Not every CEO should be spending their time on exactly the same things. Every CEO should be optimizing their time to spend more and more hours in their zones of excellence and genius. That's where you're going to get highest leverage and ROI within your business. Great question. Okay, cool. Yusuf, click us back over to our freedom finder here. Cool. So now we get into actionability. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to go to row. I probably should take over at this point. Maybe I will just do that. Go to row 9, and you see that little filter for EHV. We're going to sort this sheet from top to bottom. So row 9, scroll over. Yep, grab that and sort of A through Z. Okay, do that on your guys' list as well. All we've done is we've ranked our list 1 through 5 according to EHV, right? This is pretty straightforward. We're going to go starting at the top. And for our ones, our twos, and our threes, we are going to figure out, how do I spend less time doing this thing, right? Fundamentally, that's all we're doing. We're taking our lowest value tasks and we are figuring out, how do we get them off of our plate so we can spend more time on our highest value tasks. If you click open that dropdown for me, Yusuf, there is a correct order in which we do this. Sorry, the dropdown in the column itself. There you go. Yep. So this is the order in which we are going to try and tackle these things, guys. If we can, we're going to eliminate. Elimination is the best option. I shouldn't be doing this thing. Nobody should be doing this thing. I don't even know why we still do this thing. Let's eliminate it. Commuting. Can we eliminate it? Not really. Unless you want to start working remotely or Elon Musk, invents a hovercraft, commuting cannot be eliminated. Do we agree? Okay. So we can't eliminate it. What is the next best option? The next best option is automation. So someone just has to take 2 hours to figure out how to automate this thing one time, get ChatGPT to do it, and then nobody ever has to do it again. That is the next best option when it comes to getting things off your plate. Can we automate community? Maybe get a Tesla so you can work while you commute. I don't know, Yusuf, right? Self-driving car. Yeah, Galen takes a ton of calls in the car. So maybe that's the option here. Can't really eliminate it. Can't fully automate it. Can we delegate it? Delegating is the next best option. Community is a bad example for this. No, we can't really delegate it. So then we land at streamlining. Cool. I have to do this. For whatever reason, I have to be the person that sits my butt in my car and commutes to work every day. How can I make that as efficient and effective as possible? This is a self-driving car. This is a toll road pass so that we spend less time doing it. This is us leaving at a different hour of the day so that we're in traffic for less, right? If you have to be the person to do the low value thing, how can you streamline? So this is a streamlinable option for you, Yusuf. Any top of mind notes or things that you want to remember around how am I going to streamline this when I hop off of this call today?
I can't give my daughter away for daycare, so
can't do that.
we have a pretty down pat, like our schedule for commuting, like for this specific scenario. But I definitely agree. There is probably better ways of doing some of these things.
So let's get into some of those things, right? So commuting is what it is. These are acts of law and nature we cannot change. What about content shooting? That's a 2. Can you eliminate? If not eliminate, can you automate? If not automate, can you delegate? If not delegate, can you streamline?
There is a way to eliminate it.
Great.
It's kind of, it doesn't fit in these. It kind of fits in the streamline.
Okay.
In a way.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of eliminating it as well. I don't know if you've ever used HeyGen.
Yeah, that's the AI, right?
Yeah, it's wild.
It's wild.
It's so good. Yeah. Anyways.
So I would say that's automate, right? That's get this off of my plate through technology.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So I actually started doing that.
Cool.
And I'm saving a lot of time creating videos.
That.
Yeah.
Love that. Great. Automate.
Yeah.
Next.
Email. I have streamlined it as best as possible.
With your EA.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Follow-ups, she could probably get a little bit better. So I could delegate, but there are some things that only I could do. Maybe because I have the personal relationship with the person or not.
We will get to that. Go ahead and mark it as delegate for now.
Yeah. QC editing, probably delegation. Same thing with, all of this can be delegated.
Yep.
And actually, this is maybe something I can ask you, since you're the ops expert.
Yes.
I have completed SOPs that are very, very clear. This is my bread and butter. The person is still not doing it, according to the SOP. They're still not doing it. I've gone through all the checklists. We have everything.
Yep.
Am I just too picky? Or is it just not the right person? Or do I have a training blind spot?
Okay, so I'm doing open Q&A at the end of this, Yusuf, and I say let's totally dive into that. I'm so happy to get into that with you. I have a few more questions, and then we can figure that one out together.
Great.
Let's do creating SOPs.
I could delegate this back to the client.
There you go.
Yeah. Like I could just put the onus on them. Project's almost done, so anything is better than nothing. Let's say that. External meetings. For the next client. Streamline, I think, is probably the
right. You got to be on the meetings, but are those meetings as effective as they could be? Could we shorten them? Could we have less of them? Could we start them on time? Plenty of ways we can streamline them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with sync meetings. Same thing with building frameworks, I guess.
Cool. And now we're also into your EHV5s, right? So like streamline where possible, but the 5s are the things that we're holding on to, right? Yeah. When we're doing this exercise, guys, what I recommend is that you do this exercise on a quarterly basis and you put most of your focus towards your 1s, your 2s, and your 3s, right? That's really where we're going to get the greatest ROI savings on our time, is not by doing the things that we do really well and doing them slightly better. It's by doing the things that we should not be doing at all and then no longer doing them at all. That make sense? Okay, gorgeous. So we've got ourselves a nice little game plan here. We've got a lot of things that could be automated, a lot of things that we have something that could be, automated, delegated, streamlined. There are ways that we can take this data and we can turn this into action. The hardest one, right? I find elimination to be pretty easy. Get that shit off your plate. Done. Automation, we know what needs to happen in order to do that. I need to carve out a Saturday morning to play with my AI tool so that I never have to create content again. Cool. I can time block next Saturday morning. I can take care of that. Done. Delegation is the hard one. So I want to take the time to focus on delegation. If you click down to the bottom of the sheet, you'll see number 2, hiring timeline down there. All of the low value tasks that you guys have indicated in your sheets as delegate should be, and tell me if it's not, automatically populated into this sheet right here. This is where we get into cool. Delegate, but how? Delegate, but to who? And the first question we need to ask is the person that we should be delegating this task to already on the team? Does this person already exist? I've already hired them and I'm already paying them money. But for whatever reason, I'm still doing it. Or is this a role that would need to be brought in order to effectively delegate this task? So let's run this list together, Yusuf. For follow-ups, does that person already exist? They do, right? That's your EA. Oh, it broke. Yeah, try typing in EA. This is such good data for me, guys. Okay, so then we'll just talk it through. Yeah, that totally breaks the freaking automation. Okay, don't worry about it then. So then we're just going to talk it through and then I will fix that on the spreadsheets moving forward. So they're already on the team. Your EA is already on your team. They could be handling your follow-ups, correct? Okay, unmute yourself there, Yusuf, so I can.
Sorry, yes.
And then how about your QC editing?
All the QC can be done with the EA.
Okay, so your EA could literally do all of that. Is that correct?
She should be able to do all of that. If she's not doing the basic thing and it requires a lot of QC, I don't know if I give her more things if she can't do the basic thing right.
So is your EA also the person who's not following your SOPs?
Yeah. So she does like email and calendar, and then client delivery work is the other part of her job.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff that she misses, and I'm just kind of starting to think whether she's the right person or not.
Okay, great. Okay, perfect. And then creating SOPs, she probably wouldn't be able to take off your plate. Is that correct?
Probably not. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Cool. But a client, like the client actually just doing their own damn SOPs, that would work.
Yes.
Okay, gorgeous. So now we're going to get into the dollars and cents, because what you just identified, Yusuf, right? Like I have an EA, but I don't really trust her, and I'm not sure if she's the right person for the role. And when push comes to shove and I wake up tomorrow and something's got to be edited, 10 times out of 10, I will just tell myself, it's just easier for me to do it myself. I'll just do it. I don't really trust that she's going to do it correctly. I don't really trust that she's going to produce the best outcome here. Easier if I just do it myself. I'm just going to do it myself. How many times have you thought that to yourself?
Yeah, pretty often. I've lowered my expectation that like 95% of it will be right, and I could do the 5%. That's not a problem. It's really when it's like totally not according to what I've specified that I'm just like, please redo this.
Yes. Okay. So this is when the ROI calculation becomes really important. And just to walk you through this, I've gone ahead and grabbed your data here. So I'm going to throw it into my calculator so we can all see this together. Does everybody see that? Cool. So This is, hang on, I just lost you guys. Let me share my screen one more time. So this is the raw data, Yusuf, that you plugged in to your hiring timeline, right? These are the 4 things that you are currently, that your EA could be doing, that you could be delegating to her, but you're not effectively. This is how much time it's taking you every single week. I'm going to ask you a personal question. Feel free to lie if that makes you feel easier, or like make up a guesstimate ballpark number for us, Yusuf. What is your average monthly take home from your business? And this includes not just your salary, but your distributions, the meals that you charge to your business, the coach that you charge to your business. Like, how much does your business pay you every month?
About 8K a month.
Okay, perfect. So what this calculator, the first thing this calculator is going to do, and how much do you pay your executive assistant?
About, well, she's overseas, so about $10 an hour.
Okay, $10 an hour. And let's say that for the purposes of this, she's working full time.
Yep.
Okay, so that comes out to about $1,600 a month. Oh, this is going to be so good. I'm so excited for you. Okay, so what this is producing is what's called your buyback rate. This is the concept from Dan Martell. Your buyback rate is up to what dollar per hour can I afford to delegate tasks? Because up to $48 an hour, my business pays me more than that every single hour of my life. And so up to that amount of money would make sense for me to delegate in order to get this thing off my plate. I can delegate it for cheaper than I can do it for myself. Does that core concept make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is what it comes down to when we look at the brass tacks. Right now, if you're spending 2 hours a week on follow-ups and 2 hours on QC editing and 4 on translation and 4 on your final editing, it is costing your business, according to how much your business pays you, $29,000 a year.
Is this supposed to be doing something on my?
No, sorry,
well?
I grabbed it. I grabbed it into my sheet, but I will send this to you afterwards, Yusuf.
Okay, cool.
This is just because I know how to navigate the calculator and do deal. But this is what we would fill in, right, guys? We're filling in the task and activity. We're filling in the hours per week. We're filling in the monthly take home, and then we're filling in the salary of the person that we're thinking about delegating to. What all this is saying is that right now, according to how expensive your time is, Yusuf, it costs your business, hard cost, $29,000 a year for you to be doing these tasks. We just determined that your EA, who you pay $10 an hour to, should also be capable of doing those tasks. If we were to delegate 100% of those tasks off of our plate to our EA, it would hard cost our business about $6,000, $5,760 for our EA to do those same exact tasks. So just by delegating, just by doing that, just these tasks, we have very real dollars and cents made our business and saved our business $23,000 this year. Not bad. Here's $23,000 for you, Yusuf. You're welcome. But that's not actually where the ROI ends. Because what else have we saved? We have saved 600 hours over the next 50 weeks. That's the real savings. Because all of these things that we're currently doing have now been given to our EA. And we have created 600 extra hours that now get to be spent on our EHV4 and our EHV5 activities. So for you, Yusuf, you said this was sales and marketing. Tell us more about what sales and marketing means to you. If I could wave my magic wand and give you 600 hours back in the next year, what would you spend that time on?
Networking, sales calls, marketing efforts. I mean, their list is endless.
Yeah, give me like one more.
Training for an ultra marathon.
Okay, love it. Badass. Okay, cool. Yusuf is a badass. We all learned something new today. Okay, and now I'm going to ask you. This is us playing in the realm of hypothetical. But if you could take these 600 hours, and you could divvy them up across networking and sales calls and marketing and training for an ultra marathon, how much projected revenue do you think you could make for your business in the next 12 months with, let's say, just these first 3, the networking, the sales calls, and the marketing efforts? You're muted.
Sorry about that. Total We are projecting to do 450K in revenue this year between me and someone I started working with.
Okay.
So
how much more money do you think you could make with an extra 600 hours spent exclusively on sales and marketing?
A lot. That's like half a year.
It is half a year.
Yeah.
What could you do with half a year? Another 200K, 300K, 500K?
At least.
All right, let's be conservative. Let's say 300K.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the actual ROI on the table. Because it's not the 23K saved. That's nice. That's like a nice little end of year bonus for you. The actual ROI comes out of what you do with these 600 hours. And if you were able to generate an additional 300K in the next year, our total revenue gain would be $323,000. It would be a 16.8x ROI on the cost, according to how much we have to pay, which is the cost of our EA salary. It would be a 17x ROI move to effectively delegate to your EA.
Wow.
How does that sit, Yusuf?
Got to change things up for sure.
I think you do. Because if we were to plug this into, this is the same exact calculator over here on the right hand, guys, the bonus. All it does is it runs the exact same calculation, but in reverse, which is this is the potential ROI that could be made. This is the active net loss that is currently being incurred. That's the other way, unfortunately, to think about this, is that in the next 12 months, if you were to do nothing, Yusuf, you would have cost your business $323,000 by mismanaging your time and not potentially having the EA that you need in the role to take these things off your plate. That is the active opportunity cost. If I was to run these numbers, 323 divided by 365, that is $885 a day. Every day that this does not get solved, it costs you $900. It cost you $900 yesterday and the day before that and today and tomorrow, unless we do something about it. How does that sit?
So how do we fix the problem?
Let's fix the problem.
Thanks for being the guinea pig, Yusuf.
Yeah, thanks, Yusuf. This was a really good one. Thank you so much. And I appreciate the honesty, dude. I really just put you on the hot seat there.
Good.
We fix the freaking problem, right? So the thing with delegation, guys, is that we tell ourselves all these beliefs that hold us back from delegating. She can't do it the way I can do it. It's easier if I just do it myself. It's faster if I just do it myself. I don't really trust her to do it. I'm not sure if she's the right person for the role. All these reasons. And those are the reasons that hold us back from delegating every day and every week and every month, until we look at the numbers and we realize that the cost of those beliefs is on average $900 a day. So it becomes very ROI positive for us to change the beliefs or figure this the fuck out, because it is going to cost us and or make us $323,000 over the next 12 months to solve this problem. Is this a problem we're solving in your business, Yusuf?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So then let's solve the problem. I want to share, this was an absolutely brilliant example. And again, at the Q&A at the end, Yusuf, I'm just going to take as much time as it takes, dude, for us to drill into this EA situation with you and for us to figure out how to clear this bottleneck within your business. I will do that for you. And we're going to take as much time as we need to figure it out. I do want to share what is possible when we take this application, this idea, and we apply it at a bigger and broader scale. Because what we talked about is one person on your team that could be delegated to more effectively. What happens when we take this exact same principle and we scale it up across every single person on our team and every single task and activity that we're currently doing in our personal and professional lives and every single low EHV task? Because this is literally what we do for our clients, right? We walk them through this process. And I was thinking about this. There were two client examples that came to mind as being particularly powerful examples of what can happen when we apply this. The first people that came to mind are my friends, Matt and Jared. Matt and Jared were running an agency. They were absolutely buried in the day-to-day weeds of that agency. They were working, 60, 70 hours each, trying to grow this thing and take it to the next level. And they were totally freaking stuck. After 6 months of religiously running this exercise again and again and again, and we ran it like once a month for 6 months, we got down their average hours per week spent in their business to 4. They went from 60 hours a week to 4 hours a week. Their business did fine. Their business grew through that entire process. What we did is we built out the systems, the automations, the operations, and the self-managing team that was starting to run things without them. And within 6 months, we went from 60 hours a week down to 4 hours a week. Last I checked in with them, they had exited their agency. They got an 8-figure exit for it. They've both now started new businesses because they made a boatload of money, and now they're starting businesses that are even higher leverage and even higher potential. But what they are not doing is working 60 hours a week ever again anymore, because they understand this core concept of EHV. They understand how to optimize for their time. And now in that they are building their new businesses, they are doing it differently. So I was thinking about Matt and Jared. I was also thinking about my friend Jen. And I was thinking about Jen because I literally got ramen with her last night. This is a selfie that I took last night, and then I threw this in the slides because I was so excited about it. When Jen and I started working together, she was, again, same as Matt and Jared, totally stuck in the day-to-day weeds of her business. And for her, what that really showed up as was frustration. Frustration at her team. Disappointment at her team. Why can't my team just be better? Yusuf, this is a little bit of what I'm hearing with you and your EA, right? Like, can't they just fucking level up? Can't they just do the thing? Why am I being constantly required and pulled in on the same day-to-day tasks, the same day-to-day fires, the same client questions? Why can't they just figure this out? Jen had an incredible second in command already in her business. We took that person, we plugged her into my coaching program. 6 months later, I checked in with Jen, and her team had never been better. Her clients had never been happier. Her second in command was running the entire day-to-day of the business. And Jen had gone out and started a second company because she had so much free time and she had nothing else to do with herself other than start a second company and start making way more money. Last night at Ramen, she is preparing that business for exit. Her COO is still going strong 3 years later and is still crushing it for her, right? So what happens, like I love the EA example, Yusuf, but I want you to expand it bigger than just your EA. What is possible when we take this methodology and we apply it to every facet of our business and every person on our team and every system and every automation and every task that we do, what is possible is that we go from 60-hour working weeks to 4. What is possible is that we fire ourselves out of our own business and become a board of advisors in our own company. We had a client who did that by religiously becoming discerning and boundaried around how we set our time. So, this score makes sense to everybody here, guys? Good on this? I want to be very clear that we didn't just run a spreadsheet with our clients once a month for 6 months. We do more than that. It takes more than that to achieve that kind of transformation. I want to set that disclaimer, right? It wasn't just I did this exercise again and again, 6 months in a row, 6 times in a row. What we did alongside that was build and level up an A-player team that could be trusted to handle the day-to-day of the business. What we did is we added a second in command operator who manages the team, who makes decisions and can do that on your behalf so that you're not required to. We streamlined processes and we added in scalable systems. I don't want to say that just by filling out this one exercise and doing this one spreadsheet again and again, you're going to achieve dramatic results like 60 hours a week down to 4 hours a week. There are other actions that must be taken around that, alongside that, right? We can't delegate unless we have an A-player team that we trust. We can't get high value systems and automations off of our plate unless we have a second in command operator that we trust to execute that in our stead. We can't achieve streamlined efficiency gains unless we have processes that maximize the profitability and the productivity of not just us, but our entire team. And we can't get ourselves out of the day-to-day weeds unless we have systems that will scale our business so that we don't have to. So importantly, the CEO Freedom Finder is a starting point to tell us where is there opportunity to be found? Where are the gains to be had? The solutions are more simple than just that. The solutions require a lot more hands-on support. And this is the real work that we do with our clients. So towards that, what I want to just walk through very quickly is how Spyglass Ops works with our clients. So whether it's now or later, you know what it is that we do, you know how it is that we can help you achieve these sorts of results. Essentially, the way we work is a 4-step process, and we work with our clients over 12 months to roll this process out. Step number one is what we call the ops inspection. It's a company-wide audit. And the outcome is that my fractional COO team is going to get into your business, spend a full week inside of your business, looking at your systems, interviewing your team, looking top to bottom, looking at how you're spending your time, and building a custom 12-month, step-by-step exact roadmap of how you can grow and scale your business while scaling yourself out of the day-to-day weeds so that you're achieving both your revenue and profit targets as well as your lifestyle and freedom goals. So that's where we start, is like, how the heck are we going to get you to this dream outcome? That takes a week for us to figure out. Then we immediately turn around and plug in a fractional COO into your business to help you get started. They are going to tackle the top 1, 2, 3 most critical, crunchy operational bottlenecks that we find. And they're going to do that effective immediately, because we do not want you to have to wait to get a new EA or to get a new operator before you can start to implement this change in your business. Our team will step in and begin that work with you. While they are doing that, if necessary, we will go out and we will recruit. So if we've determined that you don't have the right second in command operator in your company, we have an entire recruitment team dedicated to finding all-star operators for any business, any role, at any size, at any budget. And they will go out and they will find that right fit operator for you. And we know exactly who that person is and what they look like, because we just spent a week inside your business and we understand it very well. That's why we have an almost 100% success rate on our recruitment. If you do have that person in the role already, in your team already, and they are just not cutting it, they just don't have the skills or knowledge that they need to be that long-term dream operator, then we will plug that into my coaching program, COO Academy. We will level them up. And again, while my team is handling some of this fractional COO work, we will level up your operator underneath them so that they can grow and scale into the role and become that person that you need them to be. Once we deem the operator is ready or hired, then we will onboard them, integrate them, and systematically step out of the weeds of the business and into a strategic advisor role ongoing. We will continue to coach and train and support your operator through the end of the year to make sure that this operational overhaul is done by the end of those 12 months. And you have both the version of your business that you wanted, as well as your life and relationship to that business. Anybody have any questions about how Spyglass Ops works with our clients? Just wanted to run this through. Got that? Cool. So this is pulled directly out of a sales deck that we have for our clients. First 90 days, we're working with the inspector directly. That's the fractional COO. In months 3 to 6, you can expect to get your dream operator. Then we are onboarding and ramping up that new operator. Then we are doing final handoff and ongoing coaching to that person. And what you can see down here is that all of this correlates to your time being freed up. First, it's 3 to 5 hours a week. That's the work that we can do effective immediately coming off of the CEO Freedom Finder exercise. Then once we get your operator into the role and these bottlenecks start to get cleared, it's 5 to 10 hours a week. Then as that operator is ramped up and is taking all of these things off your plate, it's 10 to 20 hours a week. And that's where we end up getting you by the end of 12 months, is that freedom that you're looking for, in addition to the version of your business that can scale and grow without you. There's increases in speed, productivity, revenue, profit. We want to see the trend line go up across all of these major indicators with your business just by changing this one thing, which is getting the right operations in place. This is how we work with our clients. If anybody on this call is interested in chatting with us more about that, then what we're offering today is a free, totally free 15-minute call. You're able to hop on with my team. Martel is here. He's the person who you will be speaking with, and he can walk you through, here's exactly what we do, how we do it, dive deep into your business, deep into the blocks that we've identified you have today, and build, no matter whether you're working with us or not, you are walking out of that call with a value add game plan of what is the immediate actionable next step you need to take to start moving towards that operational scale, to start moving towards that time freedom that we promised you today. So Martel, if you can go ahead and drop your link in the chat. If anybody wants to grab that link, it's also here, bit.ly/spyglass15. Totally free call, guys. And for the people who take advantage of that today, what I want to offer is a fast action bonus, because I love action takers. It's one of the most clearest signals that our clients are going to be successful if they end up working with us. So for fast action bonus today, if you sign up for a call, just the call, it's a totally free call, we will send you as well for free my special training on, I call it the 8 pillars of the A playing team. This is my team level up training. These are like Yusuf, you're talking about your EA, and I'm not sure if she's the right fit for the role. The secrets in those 8 pillars are what will allow you to either level her up or level her out. Either way, you walk away with clarity on like, yes, she's an A player and I just needed to unblock her, or no, she is not the right fit for the role. And I know that definitively, and I can manage her off the bus and get a new EA in. So I highly recommend you grab this. Questions? Good on that one, Yusuf? Great. Cool. And that's just because I want to over deliver you guys. I love the fast action. And anybody who takes fast action tends to be successful with this, whether they work with us or not. And I want to applaud and honor those people. So Martel, great booking link is in the chat. Go ahead and grab that, Yusuf, and I will make sure that Martel gets you this free training as well once we see that come through. Okay. Reasons that people don't do this, by the way. Reasons that people do not book this call. Generally, they fall into about 5 categories. One is, I tried hiring ops before, it didn't work. We hear that all the time. And inevitably, when we dig into what really happened, it 100% of the time comes down to not that ops isn't the right fit for you, but the operator you had in the role was not the right fit for you. We need to figure out why that person was not the right fit, who it is that you actually need in the role, and then go out and find them. The other ones I hear all the time are nobody can run the day-to-day except for me. And that's totally true. Until we get the right systems in place, we get the right team that has leveled up and is A players in their role, every single one of them. And then all of a sudden the day-to-day gets to start to come off your plate in a massive and major way. There is work that can be done to get you out of the day-to-day of your business. I do not believe there is a single business out there that truly cannot run without its founder. Everything can be scaled, systemized, and delegated out with the right team and systems and operations. We are here to help you build that. Other reasons to not do this. It's not the right time to focus on ops. This is my favorite one because generally this goes something like, I'm so busy that I can't focus on operations, when in fact, the reason that you are so busy is because you're not focusing on operations. We just found that out. We just found out that there are 10, 20, 30 hours a week to be saved, to be earned back with the right application of team and systems. So it's not the right time, or I don't have time to focus on operations. That's exactly why you need to. We love a good chicken and egg. I also hear I can't afford to step away right now. And I would refer you back to the ROI calculator. You literally cannot afford not to. You actually cannot do that. It will cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars to continue to allow these problems to exist within your business. And then the last one is like, Jhana, this has all been very nice, very valuable, very helpful. Thank you so much. I'll think about it. And the client that I always come back to on this one is my buddy Ruben, who said exactly that. He was like, Jhana, I'm not going to hop on a call. I need to think about it. It's not the right time. I'm not sure if I need ops. I've got a bunch of sales and marketing stuff going on. He said that for like 2 weeks. And I just hounded him because I knew he needed this. And he finally did hop on a call. He almost didn't book it. He finally did. And then 2 months later, we ran our audit. We got him an operator. We did the whole thing. And 2 months later, he told me verbatim, Spyglass is the best money I have ever spent on my business and arguably on myself as a human being. Because that's how big the level up was. His team was radically transformed. His business was radically transformed. He 2x'd his revenue in the first 60 days of working with us because he got so much time and energy back to spend on revenue driving activities. We found an operator for him. She's a crusher. It's been almost a year and she is still running the day-to-day of his business. He's never been happier with her. So Ruben, I give him a hard time. I give him shit for this all the time. He almost didn't book the call because it wasn't the right time, because it wasn't his primary focus, because. But guys, the transformation is not as far away as you think. We just have to take the right actions to transform your business, transform your revenue, and transform your life. So it's a totally free call. My ask is that you just book it, because the worst case scenario is that you're walking away with a free training on how to level up your team and an actionable game plan on how you can apply that information to transform your business and life. And if we're the right fit for you, then my team will chat with you about that too. That's the choice. That's the crossroads we find ourselves at. We get to fast forward this movie 6 months from now, and we get to choose which movie we want to live in. In movie A, we book the call. We take action. We apply what we have learned today, whether you work with us or not. You take the CEO Freedom Finder, you look at that list, and you actually apply it. You scale out the right systems, the right automations, the right team, and you get 5, and then 10, and then 20 hours freed up over the next 6 months. Time spent with your kids and your family, time spent on that vacation where you actually get to shut your computer and step away from the business because you trust that it is running without you. You get a team that surprises you with how good they can be, better than you ever thought was possible. And you get to grow without pouring more and more and more hours into the business. That's movie A. Movie B is you hop off this call right now. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm going to keep doing it exactly as I have been doing it. And where will we be 6 months from now? We will be exactly right here. Same place, doing the same things. Actually, it's going to be worse because you will have continued to try and grow your business for the next 6 months. And the only way you can do that is by pouring more and more and more hours in. You say stuck in the CEO time fallacy, more hours spent for less output. And at some point we hit our max. And what I would really love is for us to not be there 6 months from now. And you reach back out and say, Jhana, I'm finally ready because I'm so goddamn sick and tired of this. When instead we could take action today and we could be sitting and sipping pina coladas on a beach 6 months from now because we just went ahead, booked the call and took action. Your choice, totally fine either way, but I know which movie I would rather you live in. There's the link. One more time if you need it. Totally free call. We're going to build a game plan. You're going to get value off that call one way or another. And the fast action bonus, I will make sure that anybody who books today, we will go ahead and send you the free. It's an 8-part training on the 8 core pillars to level up your team performance starting tomorrow. Guys, thank you. I appreciate you sticking with me through all of this. Open Q&A. My time is yours for as long as it takes for us to walk out of this call with action because I refuse to do anything that does not over-deliver on value. So we get to start there. Yusuf, you have some stuff around your EA. Before we dive into that, any questions on anything that I've covered today, dude? All right, Yusuf, you're muted. You good?
Yeah, just the EA stuff for me.
Cool. All right, let's dive into it. So what is going on with your EA? Why do you not delegate these things to her?
So a couple things. So when we do QC on translation, she doesn't actually speak the language that she would be doing QC on. But I have created an SOP that I think is so detailed that you don't actually need to speak the language because the technology is good enough. So as long as I don't speak like the chef from Sesame Street on the video, it like you can be confident that it'll be the right accent from the right region with the right terminology because we've built that into the technology.
Great.
So like essentially, so that's kind of covered, but she just misses stuff. And I'll give you the context. The other context is new mom. It's got a lot of stuff going on. There's no such thing as mat leave where she's from.
She's trying to juggle it all, try to figure it out.
For sure.
Got it.
I'm a new dad, so I get it.
Yep. Totally.
And I don't know what else I could do because training is what I do for clients. So I know I have taken my own steps to train her. We've gone through it. She's shown me that she's capable of doing it. And we have a sync meeting every day. Every day we have a sync meeting, not on weekends, but 5 days a week.
Yep.
For 6 months. And there's still like some stuff that are like kind of the basics that just don't get done. I have made sure that I have stepped out of the way as not to micromanage, given her full ownerships. And sometimes I see glimpses of that rock star EA that I need. But most of the time it's just like, it's normal. Like nothing impressive.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Have you brought her attention to those gaps? Like, hey, how was this missed? And what does she say? What's her response?
Like, I'm sorry, I'll try better next time. That's kind of like the general theme.
Sure.
We just put together our company values not that long ago.
Great.
I have, just for lack of a system, I've just put together, I've rated her 1 to 5 on each of those values. Okay. And she didn't do so good. And from an EA perspective, I took a look at all of the qualities that an EA needs to have from like many different sources, rated her 1 to 5 on those things. Didn't do so good as well. So I'm like, she's just not the right fit. You know, she's just not the right fit. Like, I got her through a service.
Okay.
And she did save me a lot of time. Like, I would not have been able to get this project done without her.
Mm-hmm.
However, if I had the chance to hire her myself going into this, I probably wouldn't have picked her. And that's like internally what I'm like, she's just not the right fit. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean she's a bad person. She's just not fit for this role.
100%.
That's all.
100%.
So I don't like having those types of conversations, although I have no problem doing it because I've done it several times in other roles before. But I know deep inside that she's not the right fit. And I think probably after this project, we're not going to continue.
Yeah. Okay.
I just don't know if I missed something.
This feels like a foregone conclusion.
I've kind of come to the conclusion already. I'm just wondering if someone can poke a hole in what I'm doing in case I have a blind spot, because we all do.
Sure. So the question in my mind is, I run through a bit of a mental checklist when coaching somebody about whether to let somebody go or not. Number one is, have we done everything within our reasonable power to set this person up for success in the role, right?
Yes.
We've given them training. Have we given it, right? Like, are they set up for success? Did they have every shot of success and they still missed it?
Yep.
Cool. Number two is, have we defined success in this role for them?
Abundantly
so you defined it for
clear.
yourself. Okay.
Oh, no.
You've got your core values.
Core values, SOPs have like, by the time that this process is done, this should be true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
So yes.
And that's been communicated to her. We've given her every chance to learn that, to try that.
It lives on our training system.
Yep. Okay.
She can refer to it anytime. I've in fact told her, print this out.
Yep.
Or have it in front of you as you're doing the task.
Yep.
And check these things off.
Yep. Okay. So then the third one, and this is the hardest one, is, and have you told her exactly where she is falling short?
Yes. We've actually gone through some of those things together.
Yes. Great.
I've told her, here's where you fell short. Here's where you fell short.
Yes.
And it's not just like the QC part, like there's other things.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So then the question, the important question in those conversations for me, Yusuf, is help me understand why this happened.
I'm not getting straight answers. And this is why I'm like, she's kind of beating around the bush. I'm not getting any straight answer. There's not like, and here's the thing. If she's saying like, I'm struggling, I need more time to myself. I need to get like daycare, or I need somebody to be like, I'd be like, okay, thank you for communicating. What do you think you could, like, I could help her solve the problem?
Right.
But the fact that she's not being communicative about her struggles or the obstacles that she's facing or anything like that makes me realize that she's just not somebody I want on my team. Like, we're humans, okay?
Yep.
Everybody's got shit going on in our lives.
Yep.
Communicating those things is better, or over communicating is better than under communicating. That's my rule.
Totally.
If you're struggling with something, I can handle that. I can adjust. I won't expect you to do something at 100% because I know you're at 80% or 70%. I know that.
Yep.
But when it's not communicated, it's so tough for me to coach somebody.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know if this is like, maybe I have not done my job creating an environment of psychological safety, because that's the only thing I can think of. Like, I'm kind of hard to impress. I ask a lot of her, you know, but I told her from the beginning, like, I want you to be at 100%. I will give you 100%. I will accommodate as much as possible.
Yes.
So unless I have not created a psychologically safe environment, I don't think there's any other thing that I can think of to help, unless there's just not the right fit. That's it.
Having poked around and looked at that checklist with you, I would agree. Like, I think that you have done your work as a leader to support this person in being successful in the role. That is all any of us can ever do. And then it's a matter of like, either they will receive the coaching, the training, they will be set up for success and they will be successful, or they are fundamentally not the right fit for the role. That's the only thing that's left, is that they aren't the right fit for the role, or they don't want it, which just means they're not the right fit for the role, right?
Or I mean, she could be right, but maybe not right now.
Potentially, right? New mom,
Maybe
she's got a lot going on. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. In any case,
So-
right now it's not working out.
In any case, it's costing your business 300 grand a year. It is not an acceptable level of loss to just have it not work out. It's just too damn expensive. And so there is only one thing left there, Yusuf. What I would recommend, because where we get stuck in a situation like this is like, but she's a new mom, she's got a family, she's got all kinds of needs, et cetera, is that what we can do and what doing right by an individual in this case, in my opinion, looks like is being proactive with our communication so that they have time to prepare and transition. You have a project that you're working on with her right now. Would it be reasonable to say, hey, this isn't working out. You're a new mom. I have no intention of leaving you high and dry, but our project wraps up in 30 days. And at that time, we're going to be parting ways. I am telling you this so that you have 30 days I can post about you online. Like, here's what I'm willing to do to help you find and land safely. Here's what I'm not willing to do. This is happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's
Is there
fair.
anything that would prevent you from having that conversation with her literally tomorrow?
Not at all. No.
Okay. Then I would recommend. Yep. And I would recommend you doing a bit of an audit on this of like, what about her made her not the right fit for the role so that I can look for those things in the next EA that I hire. We've determined this is an incredibly valuable role for you. So getting the right person in is a very high ROI thing to do.
Yeah. We had not really put together our company values until recently. We did a full planning session this past December, kind of based on the EOS Vision Traction Tractor and the Cameron Herald's Vivid Vision.
Yep.
And when we put those things together, I realized that she does not have those qualities.
Okay.
She wants to work really hard. She's a really nice person.
Totally.
She
All of that.
has all of those things.
Yep.
But what we need in this company is somebody that is, like I said, an A player who loves technology, who is proactive, detail-oriented, moves quickly. I'm a fairly organized person, but my EA needs to be more proactive and more organized than I am. So
yes,
what
certainly.
I need—
That's like the whole damn job.
That's basically it.
I mean, yeah right?
Exactly. So, you know what? It's a learning experience. I got the project done with her help, but I think, after the project's done, that's it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Okay, then this is a foregone conclusion. You know what you need to do? My only advice to you is to not sit on it. To not sit on it, to not wait for it, to just rip the Band-Aid. Because genuinely, the reason we hold ourselves back is because we don't want to hurt someone.
Yeah.
It is significantly more hurtful to her for you to sit on this for another 2 weeks, and those could be 2 weeks that she's looking for another role, finding a way to take care of her family. You owe her that.
We had a come to Jesus meeting last week.
Yeah.
And at that point, on that day, I gave her 2 weeks to improve. So I want to just be very, I want to give her those 2 weeks before I have that conversation, but I don't think it's not coming. I don't see an improvement.
How long ago was that conversation?
1 week ago.
1 week ago. So then this gets to be the 1 week check-in where you're like, hey, I'm not seeing improvement.
Yeah.
We've got 1 week left. I need to see improvement. What does improvement look like? Or it's, I'm not seeing improvement. I genuinely do not believe I will see improvement. I've made a decision. This is the decision, and I'm giving you as much advance warning on it as possible. This is your last day, and I will pay you through this day so that you have time to find another place to land and another, more work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Question for you before we go.
Yes.
EA's handle a lot of logins, credentials, information. Do you have any concerns about security? I don't think she would do anything, but I never want to put myself in that position.
Yes. It is.
But my life's not that interesting. Yeah.
It's part of our offboarding SOP that just as a baseline, before we have the big conversation, we lock them entirely out of their systems, and then we will give them their systems back if necessary for the final 2 weeks in this case or whatever. But just for pure risk mitigation, people do very unreasonable, irrational things when they get angry and upset. This is an angry, upsetting type of conversation. Even the best handled conversation can get blown out of proportion and can get emotional. So from a pure risk mitigation, I recommend locking her out of just at least the most sensitive things. Because I have seen EAs do like truly horrific, insane things when they lose their job.
Yeah, for sure. I have a plan and I know what I could give her in the meantime, but it would also cut down her hours. Like,
totally. And what she gets if she goes AWOL on you is that she doesn't get paid and you terminate effective immediately and all those things, right?
Yeah,
She's directly incentivized to be chill about it. But human beings are human beings. We don't know how they're going to respond emotionally to something like this. We have to protect the downside. And then once she's super chill and she was like, man, this is such a bummer, but thank you so much for the 2 weeks. We're good. Then you can give her back access to whatever system she needs to close it out.
Makes sense.
Yep. Cool. Any other questions on this, Yusuf? I want to make sure you're feeling set up for success here, dude.
No, all good.
Was this helpful?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. I'm so glad. All right. Good luck with it. Martel let me know that you booked a call with him. So I'm excited to hear how that conversation goes. See if there's some other way we're able to support you. Either way, I wish you the very best of luck with it. And I'm excited for you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, you got it. All right, Yusuf, we'll talk later.
Take care. Bye.
All right.